right. It's 6:30, so we'll get started. Good evening, everybody. I now call this meeting, January 23rd, 2024 meeting of Lancaster City Council to order. A couple of reminders here at the top of the meeting. This is a great opportunity to silence your phones. If you haven't done so already, this meeting and its participants are being recorded. If you wish to make comment during tonight's meeting, please do so at the podium, the microphone, so that you can be heard in this room and also on our live stream. Comments must begin with your name and block of residence for the meeting record and should be addressed toward council. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker and should address issues that have or may come before council as legislation. And that microphone I mentioned will be there momentarily. To keep time for tonight's day, this light turn green when a speaker begins. It will turn yellow when there's 1 minute remaining and turn red when 3 minutes have been exhausted. Thank you in advance for allowing equal time for everyone. And now for all of those who are willing and able, please rise with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Harris, would you please call the roll of members?
Yes, Madam President. Mr. Matt.
Here.
Mr. Roy.
Here.
Mr. Please.
Here.
Ms. Craig.
Here.
Ms. Diaz.
Here.
Mr. Hirsch.
Here.
And President Baker.
Here. Our next item is the approval of the minutes of the January 9th, 2024 meeting of council.
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second on those meeting minutes. Any council comments on them? Hearing none, Mr. Harris.
Mr. Matt.
Aye.
Mr. Roy.
Aye.
Mr. Please.
Aye.
Ms. Craig.
Aye.
Ms. Diaz.
Aye.
Mr. Hirsch.
Aye.
And President Baker.
Aye. Our next item is proclamations, honors, awards, and resolutions of recognition. I don't believe we have any of those this evening. Is that correct, Mr. Harris?
That's correct, Madam President.
Terrific. That moves us into our first public comment period. This is reserved for residents who have contacted the city clerk prior to the meeting to request the opportunity to address council. Again, duration is limited to 3 minutes per speaker. I do believe we had some pre-registered public comments this evening. Is that correct, Mr. Harris?
That is, Madam President. First, we have Susie Gomez.
I don't see Ms. Gomez in the room at this point this evening, but we have a second public comment period that should follow pretty directly, so we'll ask for her again at that time. And then additionally, we have other public comments, Mr. Harris.
Yes, we do. Next, we have Alexandra Godfrey.
Perfect. Good evening, Ms. Godfrey.
Hi. All right, you ready? Hello, my name is Alexandra Godfrey. This is Claire Godfrey. We're the Northeast residents of the city, and I'm here to talk about my experience with the Neighborhood Leadership Academy that the city puts on. So I was in the class of fall of 2023. We were super excited about the program. It was touted as a 6-week civic engagement session where we would be able to work directly with city leaders and administrators, and then have a community service project funded that would go towards the city. It was also touted as being very accessible, providing childcare, which obviously is a barrier for me to be able to attend things like this, food and parking. And while I did really enjoy the sessions and learning everything, throughout the program, it just started to seem like there were some cracks appearing. So several of the occasions, every occasion actually, where I attempted to use the public parking, the pass was expired when I went to leave. And Lancaster Parking Authority had to come over and physically let me out. When I inquired about childcare, it actually wasn't provided, but I could get a sitter and be reimbursed. You know how that works. And I was still pretty engaged throughout the process. I left work early every day to be able to come to this. And I was really excited about the prospect of having a project funded that could directly come back into the city. So we were told at the end of it, around the end of November, that the checks, which $500, I'm assuming it's from like the Love Your Grant block pool of money, that $500 would have to be cut by December 15th of 2023 to be in the budget cycle. Around the beginning of December, I started reaching out to the people that we had worked with in the neighborhood Office of Engagement, and either got minimal communication back or none at all. I wanted to give until about mid-January, since I understand budget's really tight right now and everything. So that's why I'm here to talk about it. Never got any money, never got any follow-up, was asked to provide paperwork several times, still not. I checked with my other NLA participants, they also received no money or communications. I will say, when I put this public comment in, I was directly contacted by the director of that office right before this. She's hopeful to be able to do it, but also had no answers. So, while this was obviously disappointing, to put a lot of energy as a community member, I think the bigger problem is that when there are programs like this that some people consider liberal or community-based, and then they're so mismanaged, so botched at the end, it really makes me start to question city government as a whole and other programs that I'm involved with. Specifically, I voted yes on the Home Rule Commission because I wanted to see what the study would be able to bring. And now I'm in a position where I'm less confident in the city government being able to do these funds. Same things with other programs I'm involved with, like the urban landscaping. I paid $500 to get some trees in my yard. Now I'm hoping that that check doesn't get cashed before I get these trees. Maybe that means I'm getting cut off. I just want to generally say that while my little issue with this, is not the biggest thing, I want to speak to the greater problem I have and how I'm upset at the idea that these great programs and initiatives are put out and then they just flail and there's no follow through. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Godfrey. I know that Director Crosco has reached out to you, and there were some things that I weren't aware of within the Department of Neighborhood Engagement, but I just want to let you know that I'm going to continue to follow up to make sure that that happens. I wasn't aware of these issues, and I appreciate you bringing them forward to council.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We're going to leave, if that's okay.
It is perfectly fine. This will be pretty short tonight, but you don't have to stay. Thank you for being here. Mr. Harris, were there any additional public comments that pre-registered this evening?
There were not, Madam President.
Great, thank you very much. I don't believe we have anything else on the rest of our agenda, but I'll continue to check with you just to confirm. Are there any reports requested by council this evening?
There are not.
Thank you. Any interim reports of committees that need to be given this evening, Mr. Harris?
Not that I'm aware of, Madam President.
Thank you. Our legislative agenda actually has nothing on it this evening, so we move into our second public comment period. This is open for comments on issues that weren't on the agenda. There wasn't anything else on the agenda. Again, duration of comments is limited to 3 minutes per speaker, and please direct your comments toward council, beginning with your name and block of residence for the meeting record. If there's anyone here wishing to give public comment, please come up to the podium at this time. I'm sorry?
Is that the lady that's supposed to speak?
I don't believe so, no. Please come on up, welcome.
All right. My name is Richard Musser. I live in the 100 block of Stevens Street, and I'm not here for anything of my own. I'm here for the homeless people on the street down here at Benz Park. I just feel it was a bad time to kick them out into the cold like 4 days ago. I'm probably talking to the wrong government people right now. It probably came from the commissioner's office, but it just said a government official sent an email to the police station to ask them to enforce the trespassing. I just think it's a poor time of the year to do such a thing. It's been under freezing temperatures for the last 9 days, and I just wanted to I really was hoping the mayor would be here so I could ask her, what she felt about that. But that's all I really wanted. I don't think it's a $4 million problem. I don't think it's millions of dollars to get them some help. But putting them out in the cold like that, I just don't think that was a wise decision. That's all.
Mr. Messer, thank you very much for your comments this evening.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here wishing to give a public comment this evening? Hearing none, then we will close public comment. As noted, Mr. Messer, the mayor is not here this evening. She is getting ready for her State of the City address later this week. So there's no report of the mayor to give. The next item is the report of the President of Council, of which my report is brief. Just a reminder about two important things going on for the rest of this week. Tomorrow is the meeting of the Home Rule Study Commission. It's a special meeting on a Wednesday evening. It will take place in this room, 7:30? 7 o'clock. Thank you very much. I knew somebody in this room would remind me of when it was. And they will be voting on whether or not to proceed with writing a charter. The second thing is the State of the City address that happens on Thursday evening. It's at the Ware Center at 5 o'clock is when the open house begins, and 6 o'clock is when the programming begins. Thank you. Again, someone in this room knows those things. So that's an important one, and please, everyone is invited to attend. You can pre-register online for that. That concludes my report of President and Council. Are there any, stop blinking, are there any additional council comments this evening? All right, hearing none and having reached the end of our agenda this evening, I will hear a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you.